with a severe thunderstorm warning for Jackson County. Let's go ahead and get all that up and get our Doppler radar up. We'll start tracking this severe thunderstorm. Let me switch radars as well. Looks like it's going to be around the Hytop area currently. We're switching radars. Let's get to it. Severe thunderstorm warning for Jackson County. It's going to be due to this big batch of wind as storms up here. It's going to be for north central Jackson County, northeast Alabama, and southeast Franklin County and middle Tennessee until 5:30. At 4:37 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located 9 miles south of Kewan, or 13 miles southeast of Winchester. Looks like it is moving off to the southeast, southwest at 10 miles per hour. Trying to get some of my radio equipment up here, so bear with me. Okay. So 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, nickel-size hail. Areas impacted will be Anderson, Hytop, Estill, Fort Bass, Jericho, and Sherwood. And there is some embedded hail in there. Could be some nickel-size hail in that as that does progress off to the southwest. All right, so we're trying to get everybody in here. So I do see some high winds just to the north of James D. Martin Skyline Wildlife Management Area. Also, just to the east of Jericho, still getting some gusty to damaging winds in those areas. Trying to zoom in a little bit better. It doesn't look like we got any named roads in this area. So yeah, if you're in Jericho, if you're in Estill Fork, Hytop, Cave Spring, Allison, Pleasant Grove, Bass, Warren, Peak area, you are under a warning. But looks like the highest of the winds are going to be around the James D. Martin Skyline Wildlife Management Area. So just a little bit to the north of that is where you're going to have those damaging winds potentially, pretty much. Right in this area here coming out of Tennessee. That's traveling to the southwest. Got some gusty winds there. Could be some 60 mile per hour in there. Let's go ahead and get our high res velocity up. Okay, yeah, really showing some damage, some gusty to damaging winds there, just the north of James D. Martin Skyline Wildlife Management Area. So looking like there's going to be some 60 mile per hour winds. Looks like east of Jericho and just around and north of James D. Martin Skyline Wildlife Management Area. That's actually going to be traveling right toward our Doppler radar site here. But it's in between the Tennessee line and Alabama moving in. I wish I could get a county road. That is going to be County Road 54. County Road 54 to the east of Jericho. It goes into Tennessee and into Alabama. So it's going to be County Road 54, just to the north of James D. Martin Skyline Wildlife Management Area. And that's going to be where your damaging winds are coming in at. County Road 54. And it goes northwest all the way into Tennessee. Let's go ahead and get us back to our reflectivity. Yeah, pretty nasty little storm. Going to be some nickel-sized hail in there too. Now, let me say this. Jericho, there's going to be some embedded hail. That's going to be due to this outflow or gust front. This may trigger some additional thunderstorms. Of course, we're starting to see a stronger one now developing along 72 and around Pisgah, kind of just in between that area. Moving, looks like it's trying to go to the south-southwest. kind of toward or east northeast of Hollywood. I'm seeing a pretty good hail core in that storm there around County Road 213 in Jackson County, south of Wanville, and along just around Highway 72, County Road 213 and County Road 46 in Jackson County. Seeing a pretty good hail core with that storm there. Some nickel size, very possible, maybe larger. That one may need to be kept an eye on. Might be a warning on that one soon. That's the nicest hail core I've seen. This gust front continues to push on through. Not seeing any development in DeKalb County yet, but we'll keep an eye on it. So some very strong winds now approaching Skyline, right on top of Skyline, rather. That's traveling off of the southwest toward Pleasant Grove, Scottsboro, just passing Hollywood. Just some of the gusty winds out of that. The warning's actually up a little further north than that, around Jericho, getting hammered right now with embedded hail and torrential downpours and wind. Do we have anybody in the area around Scottsboro? Doesn't look like the words got out yet about my live stream, so bear with me. I'm going to check that out on Facebook and see what's going on with that. Try it one more time. Okay, it finally let me do it. There we go. Finally let me do it. Yeah, there's more than likely going to be some flooding in that area as well, because that's just a lot of torrential downpours just kind of hanging out in the same area. And shout out to my lady. She passed her spotter training too. So she's trying to get into that too. I'm trying to help her out with it. So it looks like Hytop starting to get some development. Right now we're in the cone of silence, as they call that black circle there is right where the radar dome is, and there's just nothing there. I can't see in that area, but I can tell you there's some very heavy rain, torrential downpours going on the radar side. So let's move back down here around this storm south of Wanville. Still seeing some hail in that storm. Oop, cut the radar off. Sorry about that. I'm going to look at it from another angle. It's tons of lightning with this too, so make sure that you stay indoors until this is out of here. If you're around the Hytop, Jericho, anywhere in there in between. Let's get the radar back up on this other one. So I can take a look at that. But yeah, lots of lightning up here with this these storms here around Jericho, James D. Martin, Skyline Wildlife Management Area. Lots of lightning with this whole storm, so be careful. Make sure you stay indoors. Could be some flash flooding too. Okay. Alright, looks like it's weakening dramatically now, so that's good. I'm not seeing the hail. There could still be some pea-size hail embedded in there. Newest update, though, has showed it weakening dramatically, so it's definitely produced some high winds. Could be some damaging winds. More than likely there was at one time. It looks like it's weakening, though, and it looks like that warning should soon come to an end with it. Now, let me take a look at the reflectivity a little better. Or, sorry, not reflectivity. Velocity, still showing some high winds with it. Pretty much around the James D. Martin Wildlife Management area. Okay. Yay, you finally found the stream. Alright, there is another cell here. Not seeing the hail core anymore. It did produce some hail, more than likely about nickel-sized hail. Special weather statement issued out on that. Looks like tracking a strong thunderstorm near Hollywood, or 11 miles northeast of Scottsboro, moving southwest at 10 miles per hour. Wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. Areas impacted will be Scottsboro, Hollywood section, Pisgah, Dutton, Martintown, and Fackler areas. Let's get a track out on this thing. It's only moving at 10 miles per hour. So let's go ahead and track that out at 10 miles per hour. Calculate it. Okay, so there is no way it's going to take 64 minutes for it to get in Hollywood. Well, it actually could. It's kind of moving, merged with the storms to the south. So, I mean, it may not even make it into Hollywood. It's still got a good while, though, before it gets into Hollywood. At that rate, I'm going to say that timing is definitely not right. We'll try it one more time. Get that track back on it again. It looks like it's trying to go a bit south, to be honest. Kind of like that direction a bit. So let's track it out again. So it looks like it'll be, it says in Wanville in 19 minutes. It's further south of that, so I don't know what my track is doing. Let me see if I can figure out what's going on with it. Okay, new warning out. It may be, let's see where that's going to be at. Come on, yep, it's going to be with this storm here. New warning on this one. It's going to be Central Jackson County. It's going to be this cell here I was just talking about. 60 mile an hour wind gust, penny-sized hail located near Pisgah, or near Scottsboro. Scottsboro, Hollywood, Powell section, Pisgah, Dutton, Martintown, and Fackler's locations impacted. So we'll go ahead and track this one out too. So some damaging winds occurring with that one possibly. Hollywood, Powell section, Pisgah, Dutton, Martintown, and Fackler. I'm not seeing anything crazy wind-wise, but still, it definitely put a warning out on it. Actually, this thing's only moving at, what, 10 miles per hour, looks like. Check it again. Yep. It's moving 10 miles per hour. Alright, you can go away now. That would be nice. Yeah, guys, I don't know what this thing's doing. It's just being kind of stupid today. There it goes. So it's like it'll be in Hodge, it says, in about 64 minutes. I don't believe that. But it is moving over Pisgah currently. Georgetown, Riverland Estates. Looks like it's going kind of south-southwest. So it would eventually move, let me get that track off of there, it would eventually move toward Moore's Mill, Hodge and Dutton areas, and if it goes further south, like it looks like it's trying to do, Moore's Mill area, and along Highway 72. But Scottsboro, you are in the warning, and that could be due to these winds. You are getting some gusty winds out ahead of it. Same with Dutton. And Hollywood, you might just get clipped by this thing, as it is trying to build back just a little bit. So you may get clipped by this thing, and you could get some of the winds as well. Martintown, you've already got the winds and heavy rain, and you're probably still going to get some from it. Looks like it's going along County Road 58, going toward Pisgah and Georgetown, like right in the middle, just about head on with Georgetown. And again, looking at the reflectivity, I do see some, gusty winds, some signs of that. Let's look at the velocity. And there's another tool I'm going to use. Let's see. Yeah, we do have some really high winds. I can tell you that. You can see some of the debris coming up on the radar. Looks like that's the Nakuchi Point subdivision area. Yeah, some really high winds right in there. If we do have some debris being picked up on the radar scan. All right, I'm going to back up and look at it on another radar. It's a little bit more in depth. I want to really check that out with that storm. Could be producing a downburst type effect is what it looks like to me. Okay, I still see it on even the other scan I'm looking at. I still see that debris on there. And there is some really, broad rotation with it. Looking at that in the background, I'm trying to add it up with this little signature I'm seeing. Okay, so there is right there close to where the area of rotation is, but it's not quite in the right spot. Okay. Let's take a look at this again. So there's our little signature. Let's circle that out. Okay, now it's not going to let me do nothing, so just have to visually get an idea where that's at. Okay, so that's going to be right in here. If I can get it to circle again. It's going to be right in there. Yeah, nothing is tight enough on the rotation to really do anything like that. So that's going to be downburst winds. It's going to be pulling some dirt and debris up. It's not going to be a tornado or nothing like that, but it's something I'm watching. That's going to be downburst winds more than likely. So some 60-mile-an-hour winds around the Nakuchi Point subdivision. It just moved south a little bit on the latest update. Let's take a look at it on reflectivity. Yeah, that is going to be downburst winds. So now moving around Riverland Estates, Bellefonte. We're going to look at it on another scan. Check it out again. Okay, so that signature now on the last few scans that showed up is now dispersed out. So that's going to be some downburst winds there. So some very high winds around the kind of around. Let me zoom that in. That's going to be Tennessee River to the north around Bellefonte Road. And that's really all it's giving me at this point. So some really high downburst winds has just occurred with that storm, and that's going to be Georgetown. You're going to be getting some of them winds. Riverland Estates, Bellefonte, all them areas going to be getting some winds. Looks like that's where it's going to be at.
Negative, but I will notify Amarillo.
So we're still watching that storm north. It's still weakening, but still producing some gusty winds around Hytop. Going to keep an eye on that one. There is still a warning out on that for another 22 minutes. Right now, our attention's changed to this storm here because it looks the strongest at this point. All right, so we're going to continue tracking, continue watching that storm. I got to go grab a bite to eat real quick, and I'll be right back, coming right back to the radar. So we'll keep watching that one. And it does look like it's turning more toward Hollywood at this point, so we're going to have to watch Hollywood and see if it does make it there, but it is pushing it off a little bit further west. We'll keep on tracking that. All right, we are back. Yeah, everything's looking a bit more, organized compared to before. But it did produce some high winds there, very briefly. Probably still produces some high winds, to be honest, but not like it was. Watching it back build a bit around Martintown, Riverland Estates. Definitely going to be some possibility of flash flooding with these things. Yeah, it still produces some high winds now around Georgetown. See some of that showing up on the correlation. And what correlation does, if you're wondering what it does, is it shows debris, any kind of debris being lifted up, it shows it. So it's like the heaviest of it's around Georgetown and around County Road 88 and County Road 558 in Jackson County. So is anyone around Georgetown, County Road 88, maybe they're in Pisgah looking off to the west? Anybody see anything lowering or anything like that? Just curious. Yeah, this is more straight line wind, but watch from Flat Rock. Anybody see any lowerings or anything like that with this storm? Or not really. You may not be able to. If you're in the right spot, you'll be able to see it. But if not, you're not going to see nothing but a wall of rain. And it looks like it is tracking off to the southwest. It's changed direction a bit. So that is going toward us, very close to Scottsboro. Looks like that's going to go actually around the Sam Great subdivision. I believe that's what that says. Let me zoom in. Sam Gant subdivision. Sorry about that. And County Road 33. All right, I'm trying to get in contact with some of our spotters out there, but my phone does not want to let me do that. So, do a reset on it. Hopefully it comes back up here in a minute. Yeah, everything's looking pretty good with that one. Not, as much wind, but this one here has still got a ton of wind. Maybe some additional damaging winds now showing up around Round Knob area, Estill Ford, Baileytown. Some really high winds spreading out with this storm now. From Hytop south, from to Estill Ford, Round Knob, County Road 79 around the Round Knob area. Some potentially gusty to damaging winds now showing up on the radar. And also 107 and 146 and Highway 79. Showing some potential damaging winds now showing up with that. The Buzzard Roost area as well, some high winds there. Really high winds showing up around 107 on this scan here. That's past it going south. Around Skyline next, you're going to get these winds. Also Baileyton, Princeton, Holly Tree area is going to get those winds. All right, so this cell here is starting to weaken out a bit, but it is still capable of some gusty winds. But this one here I'm really watching. It's really blowing up with the wind. All right, let's try to get in contact with some of our spotters if I can do that. Station 28 Skywarn advised there is severe thunderstorm warnings in Jackson County. One of them is going to be it remains in effect till 5:30 for north central Jackson County. It was located near Skyline or 17 miles north of Scottsboro, moving southwest 20 miles per hour. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, nickel-sized hail. We have another warning, looks like around the Hollywood area in Jackson County. Weather Service issuing a severe thunderstorm warning for central Jackson County and northeast Alabama until 5:45. So at 4:59, a severe thunderstorm was located near Pisgah, or 10 miles northeast of Scottsboro, moving southwest at 10 miles per hour, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and penny-sized hail. Areas impacted: Scottsboro, Hollywood, Powell section, Pisgah, Dutton, Marktown, and Fackler. I've been trying to get on the radio for a few minutes. Couldn't get on. So, Station 28 standing by. Anybody with reports, pass them along. So, yeah, really nasty little downburst of wind there as this thing passed Hytop. So, Skyline, you more than likely got some very high winds, maybe even damaging winds, even though you're outside of that warning box. There's still some high winds embedded in there. So, if you're in Skyline, you're about to get some high winds there. And there could be some gusty to damaging in there. Nothing coming towards you there, Mike. As far as this storm goes, now, let me make sure nothing's developed. No, it's just to the west of you. So you're definitely hearing the thunder from it, but it's going the opposite way of you. Henniger, you've got some additional shower thunderstorms trying to develop there around looks like Fairview, Henniger, and looks like that's going to be County Road 288 and County Road 425, County Road 151. and 322. Just all them areas there are additional thunderstorms developing. That's going to be with that gust front. And this storm here looks like it's producing its own gust front. So, yeah, it actually is producing its own gust front. So, I will watch for additional storms to see if they develop along it.
Good afternoon. K4SCO. Repeater.
Hope you're doing good today, Mike. Good to see you on. Nina Turner. Thanks, everybody. Talissa Marie Robbins. Thanks for watching. Brandy Elrod. Hello. So far, we're still tracking these storms, but a special weather statement's just been put out for these. At 5:20 p.m., a strong thunderstorm over Skyliner, 12 miles north of Scottsboro, moving southwest at 20 miles per hour. Wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour and pea-size hail. Areas impacted will be Scottsboro, Skyline, Girdley, Woodville, Pleasant Groves, Hytop, Paint Rock, Creston, Limrock, and Trenton. So all these winds coming your way. If you're in that area, special weather statement. And looks like the warning should be canceling. I figure before 24 minutes, surely. So overall, lots of storms in the area, just as I was talking about yesterday. We have some around 3 o'clock. It was pretty accurate. Scattered stuff around Coleman. Nothing severe down there. So we're still waiting on those warnings to cancel out. Normally we'd be wrapping our stream up at this time. So once they cancel, it should be done with anything, so far as strong to severe. Atmosphere's pretty worked over, 77 degrees right now, so I don't see them producing, doing much more other than what it's doing now. Gusty winds and very heavy rainfall. I'm surprised there's not flooding being reported up around Hytop, honestly. And also this one here that's hanging out, moving towards Scottsboro and Pisgah. Also looks like it's trying to go toward Dutton, but the strongest of it's kind of pointing out towards Scottsboro now on Highway 72. So it is building that way towards Scottsboro. So you'll probably be getting some of the wind shortly. If you haven't already, more than likely you've already got some wind with it. So now we're watching for additional development along this side of the boundary, or gust front, but rather not boundary, but gust front. So, yep, Scottsboro, you're now getting some of it. It's now built on out towards you, seeing some hail, maybe some pea-sized hail in there to be expected with that. Around the Tater Knob area, that's pretty funny. I never knew that existed. And Forest Avenue, Dean Street, Quincy Street, Wall Street, Wilson Street, Center Street. These are some streets and areas along County Road 21 that's going to be getting in on this. Also, Webb Edition, Scottsboro, Jackson Heritage Center, pretty much all them areas, like this whole area here. We'll circle it out. All this here is going to be getting in on this heavy stuff. Hello, Goosebump weather. Winds gusting in Scottsboro, yeah. That's definitely looks like it's going to get pretty stormy there. And they're still got that warning up. Oh, yeah, I hope you like the background, by the way, Goosebump weather. I forgot to mention that. And appreciate you watching. All right, warning has now been canceled for the Hytop area. That storm and that popped to that warning. This warning's canceled. There is a special weather statement that has replaced that warning. And I figured this warning will be canceling shortly here with this one too, around Scottsboro. But still some gusty winds. There is a special weather statement out on it. Also, still a severe thunderstorm warning stating there could be 60-mile-per-hour embedded gust with this storm as it moves through Scottsboro as well. It's talking about that in the update. And I'm trying to eat and track storms as well. A lot of the stuff I make myself. Sorry, someone's just keying the repeater over and over. I don't know why they're doing that. But anyway, yeah, I make a lot of it myself, but some of it I use an app. I use an app called Canva. I'm not promoting for them, but I'm being honest. It's one of the best apps you can use when you figure out how to use it. You can just make just about whatever you want with it. And you pay, I think it's like $15 a month. It's not that bad. And you can make whatever you want. It's pretty cool. All right, so we're going to focus on this storm around Scottsboro at this moment. Yeah, some really high gusty winds there. Probably 30, 40. I wouldn't rule out 50 with it, but I'm not really seeing 50. I do see some embedded gusts there around Veterans Drive and Publix. Some higher winds there, but overall just some gusty winds all throughout Scottsboro with this storm. All right, Goose Pond, Weather Watcher, appreciate that. Yeah, I don't figure they'll be too bad according to what I'm looking at on the radar. So yeah, I do appreciate that report. Stage 28 sky warning advising there's still a severe thunderstorm warning in effect. Got some reports of some sporadic gusty winds, not really a big deal, nothing really too bad around Scottsboro at this point. Damaging winds, not hearing any reports on that at this point. Just some gusty winds. We're still watching it. Last update was at 5:22. Still talking about the severe thunderstorm located near Hollywood. To be honest, it's not severe at this point. So not really sure why they still got that warning up. They did cancel the special weather statement, and I don't know why they're leaving the warning up. So I don't get that, but could be an error with the radar. But overall, there is going to be some torrential downpours, gusty winds, all that good stuff. Other than that, not a lot with it. Other than that, gusty winds might knock down some small trees and all that. But that's about it. The only reports I've got at this time, Stage 28, Skywarn standing by at 5:32.
Hey, Chris, we're starting to have some trees come down. And I've got 2 reports of large ones, one in Skyline and one in Hollywood.
EMA reporting back to us here. Roger that, EMA. Can you tell me that again? I didn't catch all of it.
We're starting to get trees down. I got one down in Hollywood, and I've got another one down in Skyline in the past 2 minutes.
Roger that, Jackson EMA. Appreciate that. So this thing did produce some high winds in as it moved through. Appreciate that report. I'm live, so got that report up. Hopefully nobody was injured with them. I don't know what is going on with my phone right now, but it's just being stupid. Stage 28 Skyward standing by for any more reports. So we're getting some reports of some trees down around Hollywood. And I believe he says Skyline too. Not surprised with that at all. Some pretty large trees being reported down. That's within the last 2 minutes. So these storms still packing a punch, producing some really high winds. It is strengthening a bit over Scottsboro. So looks like most definitely some, gusty to damaging winds with these storms. And I have Jackson County. And another one is Stevenson, he said. Okay. Roger, that got another one down in Stevenson. So these things are dumping some winds, that's for sure. Yep, so some trees down in Stevenson, and another one in Hollywood due to these storms pushing through. So it produces some pretty high winds. I know when I seen that signature on radar, it looked like it was producing some really high wind.
If they need me, they can call again. I'll be in around 2, sit down there and answer.
So I believe we more than likely have departments out trying to clear them trees. That is if they're, of course, on the roads, which I imagine they probably are. I don't have confirmation of that, of course. But EMA is reporting trees down across the area in Jackson County due to the winds, and some of them's pretty large. So I do see some higher winds now around Scottsboro. That's going to be with that storm. Still trying to push off to the kind of the west, southwest.
Multiple calls, traffic is backed up, traffic light's not working, we're losing that transport.
Okay, sounds like Dade County is having some outages with their traffic lights. So trying to get the word out. I just heard that. Okay. Man, somebody's keying over each other like crazy. This is KO4FUN monitoring Scottsboro.
KO4FUN, this is W3JKB.
W3JKB, KO4FUN. Go ahead. How are you this evening?
I'm doing pretty well. How about yourself?
Just tracking some storms on radar. It looks pretty stormy there around Scottsboro, so I just wanted to get on and see if anyone had anything.
A mountain right now up here in Scottsboro, and we're overcast really bad, and just got some thunder in the distance, but there's no rain and there's nothing really to speak of.
Wow, that's interesting. I know looking at radar here, it looks like it's dumping a lot of rain, so I'm kind of wondering if my radar is updating right or not.
Probably is.
Yep, it is. It is. That's right.
Mr. Don here says we're Bermuda Triangle here on July Mountain when it comes to weather. But, I mean, right now it's pretty clear. Maybe it's not clear, but thunder, overcast, but no rain.
Okay. Roger that. Appreciate that report. Yeah, I know there was some reports out of some trees down around Hollywood and across the area in Jackson County from all these winds that came through. So just wanting to check on everybody over there. It looked like it's pretty rough.
Alrighty, well, I'm about to leave out of here in a few minutes. If I encounter any weather, I'll hop back on here, and if you're there, I'll update you.
Roger. Well, I'm in direct contact with the Jackson EMA, so if you see any damage or anything, just holler at me on here, and I'll send it over to them.
All right, well, I appreciate that.
Absolutely. 73 to you. W3JKB is KO4FUN. I'll be standing by on this frequency for a little longer.
Roger that. 73. KO4 FUN. This is W3JKB. KO4PMP. How am I getting into this repeater, fellas?
No range south of 72.
JKB, I mean, you're a little scratchy, but I can hear you perfectly fine.
Thank you, Goosebump Will, for that.
Let's try one more thing here. How much better is that right there, if any at all? KO4PMP. Better. Your readability is a lot better. You're still just a little scratchy, but I mean, you're making it into it just fine. I can understand every word you're saying. Okay, that's the difference between mid and high power. And I'm up here in Tennessee, well, south of Fayetteville, about 2 miles from the state line. Oh, roger that. You're doing really good for that kind of distance. Yeah, Roger. It's a pretty good haul for this repeater. I'm thinking it's in Scottsboro.
Yeah, the K4SCO repeater has been down for a while. So very glad to have that back up.
Don't hear too much conversation on here, so when I do, once in a while, I like to.
So it seems like it's got a pretty good coverage at this point. So somebody really got it fixed.
Everybody have a good day out there.
And thanks for the Jackson County Amateur Radio Club for the use of the repeater, as always.
This is W3JKB.
Okay. Station 28 Skywarn. Still no updates yet, even on the amateur bands. Talked to in Scottsboro there, K4SCO repeater. Person come back, W3JKB, let me know that there's, really not much going on over there. So that's some good news.
Still getting trees down. West Willow is starting to flood a little bit, but that's probably a drainage issue.
Roger, is that anywhere near Scottsboro, or is that going to be with the stuff around Skyline? I know I'm not familiar with this, with the roads and stuff anyway.
It's probably a half mile from the courthouse in town.
Okay, so roger that. Okay, yeah, not a surprise at all. Yeah, I can looking right in those general directions. So yeah, lots of rain coming across there. It's not moving very quick either. Is there any way you can bump your audio up just a bit? It may just be on my end, but it seems like you're real quiet. It's even worse, to be honest. All right. I think. Let me check something out here real quick. Maybe it's just. Oh, maybe it was me. I think it might have been me. Looks like my audio settings got messed up. Yep, it was me. Stage 28 standing by 542. All right, so just lots of rain. Still that warning in effect for another 3 minutes, and it'll get on out of here, and then we'll be able to clear on out here and finish our pizza up. But still getting some reports of some trees down, so, just keep that in mind as these storms do move through, that they could produce gusty winds and produce some trees, some wind gusts high enough to knock some trees down, and even some flooding. Got those reports around the Scottsboro courthouse area. Some minor street flooding, and that looks to be a thing. And that's moving towards Section, Espell, and Woodville. Okay, that's not any information that's helpful at this point. All right, so another 3 minutes, and this warning is canceled. All right, yeah, Goosebun, definitely. We're going to be seeing a wall of clouds. It's like pouring over down over at CVS. There's going to be some heavy downpours with this stuff. Some very heavy rainfall. So I'm going to go ahead and clear this severe thunderstorm warning out. So should see that go away here in just a minute. There we go. Wow, what some timing. I couldn't have done that again if I wanted to. Severe thunderstorm warning was canceled at the same time as I cut those texts off. So that was some good timing. Almost looked like I cut the warning off of it. That was pretty neat. But yeah, some gusty winds, heavy rainfall still possible from these thunderstorms. There is still a special weather statement for another minute, and all that'll be canceling out. Additional thunderstorm development is still possible, but we don't expect nothing, severe or strong anymore out of this as it pushes through. So we'll keep on watching it, and thanks for each and every one of you who participated and helped out. And we'll start, we got a report here, starting to get some heavy rainfall now, South Scottsboro. Yep, it's coming your way. So we'll go ahead and wrap up here with our sponsor, Mr. Dylan Snyder at Alabama Living Real Estate. For all your real estate needs, you can give him a call at 256-979-4330 and check him out on Facebook. As well, lots of nice homes at reasonable prices. Definitely go check him out. RKG Automotive Group, lots of nice vehicles, good prices, and, the vehicles are pretty nice. Very nice, actually. I've went and looked at them and seen a few I wish I could buy. You can go check them out on Facebook, and also give them a call at 256-323-7323 for more information. And our sponsor here, Mr. Wade Swords at Swords Services. He does tree and stump removal, excavation, dirt work, bucket work, demolition, debris hauling, does a lot of stuff. He's licensed and insured. You can give him a call at 256-558-9910, and also you can go check him out on Facebook. This is the last month for them sponsoring us, unfortunately. So again, hope everything turns out good. I know, business is kind of hard these days with prices going through the roof like they are. So sometimes you have to make changes. I understand. Thanks for sponsoring us for as long as you have. Hope everything goes good with your business there. All right, let's get ready to wrap it up. At 5:46, no warnings at this time, and radar is just showing some scattered showers of storms. Could be some flooding and heavy rain. Other than that, really nothing more than that. So we're going to wrap it up here. Have a great rest of your Friday. Be safe if you're out and about, and have a great evening. Thanks so much, everybody. I really appreciate it.